This is the next little bits, and this is Hourly Comics. So I need to make a cover for this one and then do some assembling. So that's my two new zines, Little Bits, issue 8 and Hourly Comics Day. They are both in my Etsy shop now. My Etsy shop is UK only because, I don't know, people in charge of things are annoying and make stuff really difficult. So yeah, if you're in the UK, please consider shopping from my Etsy shop. And if you're not, then I'm really sorry. I hate it. And yeah, if you just have some spare money and like my stuff, then join my Patreon. It won't get you a zine, but eventually I scan all my zines and put them on there, so you get to look at them, although they're public, so you don't have to pay for it. But it'd be nice if you did. This lid is green now. I think it's much cuter. It was an old candle that Will's mum gave us. It still smells a lot in there. I don't really know what we're going to use it for, but it's too cute to get rid of. And now it's even cuter. And I also made a snail. These little biddlers. I think I'm going to add a keyring. I think that that will be a very cute keyring. Those are my activities. I'm filling in this square with a felt tip pen because I'm going to draw over the top of it, which I'm not going to film because I'm trying to have an incredibly low pressure sketchbook time and I don't want to feel like it matters what it ends up looking like, so I'm not going to film that. But I just want to say that even though I'm doing this just as a background to draw over, this is actually a nice time, and I think that if you are creatively inclined in any way, have a scribble, smush your paint around with no regard to what it looks like. It literally, it just feels nice. I'll show you my drawing. It's too wide here, like this part should be like much thinner, but otherwise I think it's alright. I had a nice time, did my best, tried a new thing. I really like looking at all the shadows and the light and stuff and trying to figure out how to draw it. Like most of the time I just draw really simple, like, I mean, come on, this is this is more my level. But I do like trying to figure stuff like this out. It's good for the brain tank. Who's that? Is that the coatie? Are they squeaking as well?
Squeaking as well. It's the guys.
The guys. Aww.
Tortoise is in this one.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the slightly bit. What? I got it, doesn't.
It's only one.
Ooh. Big boy, isn't it?
Aww. I love their feet.
I love them so much.
Zoe. 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 What? Hello, video world. It is it's the 24th of April. I am either today or tomorrow I'm going to hear the response from my most recent job interview, so I'm just kind of waiting for that to happen. I am so tired. I was going to say this week I've been really exhausted, that this week's been really tiring, but honestly this whole year has just been a bit of a slog, and currently I am just I'm just exhausted. I'm so tired. Yeah, I'm sure looking for a job anytime for anyone is stressful, and then this isn't, I just fancy a change. This is like, I'm literally about to run out of money, I need something. And then also my specific sort of situation, like my mental state and capabilities and like the experience that I have and don't have is just all things combined is making it a very difficult process for me to deal with. So I'm tired, but I'm doing my best. I'm doing everything I can do, and then trying to like be nice to myself the rest of the time. So yeah, which at the minute is Ghost. I've just got so laser focused, completely obsessed with Ghost. They've got an album coming out tomorrow. They've started their world tour like a week ago. There's 2 singles from the album have come out already with music videos. 1 other song has been released, just the audio. I'm so obsessed. I've been a fan of Ghost for years, just in sort of like a casual way, but this album cycle has just got me completely hooked, and it's fallen at just exactly the right time where I need like a distraction, and I'm just obsessively checking their Instagram for the new photos from the tour. They have they've banned phones on the tour, so there's no fan footage and stuff. I mean, not none, but obviously there's a lot less of it. It seems to be working quite well, that people are just not able to film and stuff at the shows, which I understand why some people would be upset about it. Like, if you don't get to go, I feel like in this day and age, you're used to getting to see everyone else's clips from things. But I'm old, so I remember being a teenager and wanting to see bands and just not being able to, and that's just, you know, you got to read about things in magazines, and you might get like DVDs with live footage on and stuff. But if you didn't get to go, you didn't get to go. Whereas now I feel like Ghost are doing a really good job of providing stuff for us to see, even though we don't get to go. And imagine getting to go without having been spoiled for all of the performances and like all the little, I don't know, all the costumes and which songs they're gonna play, and just all the little like skits that they do and little jokes that they have, like it all being completely fresh. You're not like, I've seen this 100 times on TikTok and now I'm gonna go to that show and it's gonna happen to me, and you're expecting it to happen, so it's not as exciting. And if it then doesn't happen, you'll be disappointed because what you wanted isn't happening. And it's just, I think it's great that they've banned phones, to be honest. And yeah, I'm just obsessively checking their Instagram every day. They're releasing photos from each show, and they're also doing the Gallbangers Ball GTV. It's like they've got the original, I'm pretty sure she's the host from Headbangers Ball on the MTV in the 90s, and she's doing like each show. I hope they do the whole tour. It'd be amazing. And yeah, so I'm like watching that, really excited for the album to come out. I've just been listening to pretty much nothing but Ghost. I feel like if I looked at my last FM, there would be some like dungeon synth instrumental stuff where I'm like doing something and I don't want to get distracted by lyrics, sort of background music. But everything else is just Ghost. It's this past like week and a half, 2 weeks, it's just been Ghost, Ghost, Ghost. I'm just really leaning into it because I need something to just sort of absorb myself in. I'm glad that my brain works like this, that I can just get really obsessed with something and then it's like a really good distraction. But yeah, I'm just gonna I'm not gonna ramble about that anymore. I mean, I already have spent a significant amount of time. I don't know, it's my video, I can do what I want, hey? As I have been telling myself for the past however many years. Anyway, I'm fine, I'm alright. Yeah, I'm tired. So while I wait today for the live stream of the Ghost like album release, because there's some record stores that are doing like midnight releases and stuff, and obviously not everyone can get to that, so they're doing a live stream, which I don't understand what it's going to be, because it's like it starts at 11 p.m. Europe time, one of the Europe times. I feel like they must be in different time zones, which is 9 p.m. here, but it says that it like will go through to midnight Pacific time. So I'm like, is it just going to be like an 11-hour live stream, or is there a section that repeats for each like midnight time zone? I don't know. But if it's that long, I really hope they keep it up so you can watch it afterwards, because I'm not someone that can stay up all night to watch it. But I really want to see it because I need to stop, or else I'm just going to ramble about Ghost for like an hour, and you're not here for that, I imagine. Maybe you are, I don't know. It's like I haven't posted anything on Blue Sky. I'm quite a fan of like Twitter style social media where you just say your silly little thoughts all the time. And it's one of those things where the internet kind of changed because everything turned into promotion and you were supposed to kind of, I don't know, you need to have something to show off, or you need to be funny or interesting or informative, and I'm just like goblin diary mode, where it's not like, why are you saying that? And I'm like, I don't know, but I want to. And that's the kind of stuff that I like anyway. But anyway, I'm rambling again. What did I say at the beginning? I haven't been posting anything on Blue Sky because the only things were in my brain where I would be like, I'm going to post that on the internet is just Ghost. It's just Ghost, Ghost, Ghost. I don't want to just make my accounts look like Ghost fan accounts. I need to like rein it in. See, I don't know. I've rambled at you for like 5 minutes about Ghost. I haven't been posting anywhere else because all that's in my brain is Ghost or job hunting. And yeah. I don't know. But yeah, the other thing that I'm into at the minute is staring at my seedlings. Some things have popped up, which is nice. I think the calendulas are coming up. I've got a couple of beetroot shoots. That's very exciting. The chamomile out the front. There's a calendula plant that like didn't completely die last year and now that's flowering, and I didn't even know that was possible. Yeah, I don't know. I just had a hankering to do a little update, so there we are. There we are, video world. I did not get the job. It's okay. We cry, we panic, we calm down, we listen to the new Ghost album on repeat, and we move on, and we keep trying. And eventually, we'll be okay. I made another snail. This is the snail that I made for myself. And then this is another one. I made it in the same colours because I didn't want to have to think. I just wanted to make another snail, and I was like, this one's cute, so I'll just make one that's the same. But I did change the face a little bit. My one, the face is quite long and a little bit pointy, and then this one, the face is a little bit rounder. I think it's cute. I think I'm going to make another one. I have another keyring. So I think I'm going to make another snail this afternoon. Carry on drawing in my sketchbook, doing my daily spreads. I've only missed a couple of days since I decided to do daily spreads, and those days were proper like, I'm so exhausted and headachy that I'm just going to let myself not have to do it today because it's supposed to be nice. It's not supposed to be a slog. So I've been doing really well at my sketchbook, but I do need to find a new one. If I keep up at this rate, I'm going to need to buy a new sketchbook, and I don't know what sketchbook I want. I'm so fussy. and can't spend much on it, so it needs to be cheap. White paper, A5 I think. Feel nice? I don't know, I'll just get whatever. Maybe I won't be fussy. The new Ghost album is so good. I love it. It's healing me. It's keeping me alive. It's so much fun. There's like emotional stuff and there's fun stuff, and it's quite varied, but it's all still very Ghost, but also new, and I really like it. April haul time. My library books that I have at the moment. I've got Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, which, as you can see, is very cute, but also got a bloody bag there. It's about a serial killer. Juxtaposition. And The Baker and the Bard, A Cozy Fantasy Adventure. I've not heard of this, but I saw it and was like, that'll be a nice little time. Who doesn't like a cozy fantasy adventure? And then I also didn't know about this, but I'm an enjoyer of manga and an enjoyer of Magic the Gathering. It's called Destroy All Humans, They Can't Be Regenerated. And I picked this up because she looked cool, because I noticed the Magic logo. I was flicking through it and I was just like, what is this in the back? What is this? What is this little envelope? Is there a Magic card in the envelope? I was like, that's so cool. It's so cool that this envelope is still here. It's so cool that this comic comes with a Magic card. And I was looking at it and I was like, that envelope hasn't been opened. It's been opened now. Part of me wanted to leave it closed because I don't know how new this is. I don't know if I'm just the first person to get it out of the library, or if everyone else that's borrowed it has just not opened the envelope. But I was like, I really want to see that card, so I opened it. The Magic card is still in there. It's this one. And I don't know if I can get it to hit the light properly. It's shiny. Like it's got, can you see there's like a slight foiling to it? Their eyes are glowing, which is really cool. And I'm obsessed with things like this in books. Like whenever there's a like a fold out map or a poster or a flipping Magic card in a little envelope, it's so cool. And I'm like, someone at some point is going to keep this card. People steal books from the library. There's absolutely no way that someone's not going to take this, and I'm so tempted to be the one that keeps it. But I think I'm going to leave it in there. I opened the envelope. I was the first one to open the envelope and I had a little look. That felt very special. But my current thoughts about Magic are, this is a black. I have a Bloomburrow deck, and that is enough for me. And I know that Magic, they constantly bring out new sets and everyone's always buying shit and you're supposed to keep up with things because cards get like, I don't know, whatever. You're supposed to be buying stuff all of the time. But I'm stubborn and I'm just not gonna. I play Magic with Will and we both have a Bloomburrow deck. And I don't need a card that's not a Bloomburrow card because I don't need it. I want it, but I don't need it. So I'm going to put it back. and let someone else enjoy. I might even glue the thing back down. Anyway, I went on for a really long time there, just to say that I have this book for the library, for my hall, and it has a card in it, and it's really cool. And I can't remember what I was saying. Well, here's what it is. I also made a purchase, a boring purchase that I resent purchasing. This is like a similar story to my boots that I had to buy. I looked in charity shops for black trousers for quite a while and just didn't find any that would fit me. Apparently no one that donates charity trousers to charity shops. What's happening? Everyone that donates black trousers to charity shops in my waist size has short legs. And I have long legs. Or regular legs, I don't know. Something in my eye. Anyway. I've forgotten what I said, but I got some trousers. I had to get them new. Sometimes you've just got to... I got them from Matalan again, actually, which is funny. That's where I ended up having to get my boots from. These were £16 but with 30% off, so they were $11.20 for just a pair of black trousers. They have like an elasticated bit in the back. They have belt loops, which is lucky because these might be a little bit too big. They'll be fine for now. And then, yeah, I'll see what I end up needing and whether these are good for it or not. But I'll be happier having these now. That's just another thing to not have to think about anymore. Yeah, that was rambly. I made another purchase. It was a joint purchase with Will because Ghost have a new album coming out and there's a new papa and it has just, it's rotted my brain. I can't think about anything other than Ghost. And I was in the supermarket at the start of the week and I saw that the current issue of Metal Hammer is a Ghost cover and that it had freebies. So I said to Will, if we have food money left at the end of the week, would you like to get that magazine? And Will also really likes Ghost, so they were like, yeah, let's do that. And now it's the end of the week and we had money left, so we treated ourselves. And we have the Ghost Metal Hammer. Look, it's shiny. That's always really cool and it's beautiful. And it's got a lot of pages, like the interview. I'm going to do an awful job of showing you, but look, that's really cool. And then this one, it's a nice long article, lots of nice pictures. Oh, the magazine smells so good. I'm like wafting it around and I'm just like, oh yes, magazine. It just keeps going. See, there's more. And then this is the end of the article, and then on this page there's a track by track, like a little bit about each track, which I'm not going to read until the album comes out. I'm going to save it. And then there's also album review, and then the freebies. There's this art print. Is that what they're calling it? Art card. Just a poster, but for adults. That's beautiful. We're going to find somewhere to put that. And then the real like special thing was that it came with patches, but it came with two, so we get to have one each. So we also, that's still just focused on my face, but it came with patches, came with an art card, came with lots of beautiful pictures and an article that I'm looking forward to reading. And that beautiful magazine smell. Magazines are so special to me. I love them so much. And for my own financial reasons over the past few years, and then also with like magazine readership and everything going online and that whole industry changed, I've really missed magazines. So when I occasionally get one, oh, it's so special. I hope in my future there are many more magazines, but for now it's It's a one-off special thing and it feels very lovely, especially for it to be this brain rot nonsense situation. I'm so glad that I have a magazine for it. We made a joint purchase. We got Skeletor on CD, the new album by Ghost. Before we decided we were going to get it, I was just having a look on the HMV website because Ghost like merched the shit out of everything. So I was just curious whether there were different like versions of the CD or if there was just like a standard one, because everyone collects vinyl now, so there's like 100 different ones of those. But I was just having a look and there was like the standard CD and the HMV exclusive, which on the website looked like it was just a slipcase that had a black border around the cover with HMV written at the bottom, and I was like, why would you want that? That is so stupid. And we were walking to HMV and we were talking about it and we were like, why would you want just like a black border on the cover that says HMV at the bottom? What value does that have? But of course we ended up getting the HMV exclusive. Not just because it's an exclusive. We were looking at the two CDs and Will picked up the HMV one just to have a look at it, and the cover is metallic, which is really cool. I think this is like slightly like a shiny ink anyway, but this is properly metallic. So we were like, oh, that is kind of cool. Maybe we should get the one with the slipcase. And then we turned it over and Papa's on there, so we had to get Papa. They know what they're doing, they know what we want. This is just his chair. This, there he is. So we ended up with this one. And then when we got home I noticed that the V in HMV is like the 5, the Roman numeral. It's in the same style as Perpetua, like Papa 5 Perpetua V. It's his V, which I think is cool. So we got this and I'm very pleased with it. Such a good album. I love it so much. Oh, it's just keeping me in. I feel I've already talked about Ghost enough in this video. Last library borrow book of the month. This Clive Barker anthology. I think it's short. Well, I know it's short stories. It's 15. It's quite thick, and to be honest, the text is quite small. And I'm like, maybe I need an easier book than this, but I'm sure I'll manage. Yeah. So that's the end of my haul, because I can't imagine I'm going to go outside again today and buy anything because it's hot. It's like as hot as I would ever want it to be, and it's still April and I'm just like, this is weird. We haven't had much rain. April showers bring May flowers. We've had like one rain. It's like April shower, bring May flower. It's not normal, guys. It's not normal. But I know a lot of people like the heat and the sun, so I shouldn't complain because I don't want to be, whatever it's called, like a downer on everyone else's lovely time. Enjoy the sun. I hope you like it. I like the sun, I just don't like the heat.